He didn't take much when he left, just his clothes, his watch, and every drop of air from the room. The front door slammed. I stood there, staring at the unpaid bills stacked on the counter. $35,000 in debt. Debt he'd racked up in my name. His final gift. I didn't cry, not then. Not even when he texted me a picture of him and her on a beach holding drinks. It was my daughter Emily who broke the silence. She walked in, dropped her school bag, and studied my face like she was memorizing it. Then she smiled, small, deliberate. "Don't worry, Mom, it's handled." I almost laughed. She was 12. What could she possibly handle? But something in her voice, steady, almost too calm, stopped me from asking. We met when I was 22. He was charming then, witty, attentive. He'd noticed the smallest things, a new haircut, a hint of sadness in my eyes. Back then, I thought that meant love. We built a life, or I thought we did. Somewhere between mortgage payments and bedtime stories, the compliments stopped. So did the conversations. His phone became the most guarded thing in the house. I told myself it was work, that the late nights, the sudden trips, the faint smell of perfume on his shirts meant nothing. Until the night his phone lit up while he was in the shower. A message. A name I didn't know. "I can't wait for the weekend. I'll bring the wine." The weekend, as it turned out, was our anniversary. I didn't confront him then. Emotion is a luxury you can't afford when someone's already burning your life down. I started collecting, quietly. Bank statements, call logs, emails. The debt in my name spread across accounts I never opened. By the time he told me he was unhappy and needed space, I already knew where the money went. The trips, the jewelry. Not for me. When he walked out, I knew I wouldn't chase him. I'd let him think he'd won. Emily stayed quiet for the first day. Then, the night after he left, she came to my room. "Can I use your laptop?" she asked. I hesitated. She wasn't allowed on it unsupervised. But something about her expression, it wasn't the face of a child asking for screen time. "Just trust me," she said. 4 days later, my phone rang. It was him. Panicked, out of breath. "What did you do?" he demanded. I put him on speaker. Emily was sitting at the table, eating cereal. She raised an eyebrow, telling me silently to let him talk. "My account's frozen," he barked. "The credit card's blocked. My phone, my number's gone. My clients are calling me on my personal line. Do you have any idea what—" "Yes," I said, calm. "Yes, I do." He went quiet. That was the first crack. Here's the truth. Emily's better with computers than most adults I know. She'd grown up in a world where code was a second language. That night on my laptop, she'd found his cloud backups, the ones he never bothered to secure. Passwords, bank logins, photos. She'd also found emails between him and his mistress, ones that made it clear he'd been using company funds for personal trips. I'd taken it from there, forwarded everything to his employer's compliance department, CC'd the board, attached proof of his financial fraud. They froze the accounts pending investigation. The mistress? Married. I sent her husband the same package. When he finally came over, because of course he didn't look like the man who'd left. His shirt was wrinkled, hair uncombed. "You ruined my life," he said. "No," I told him, "you handed me the matches. I just lit the right one." He tried to play sympathy, said he had nowhere to go, said he was sorry. But his eyes darted, looking for a weakness, a crack. I didn't give him one. "I'm filing for divorce," I said. "The evidence I gave your company, it's enough for them to press charges. But if you sign over the house, the car, and take full responsibility for the debt, I'll tell them you cooperated. Might even make them go easy on you." He looked at me like I'd pulled a knife, because I had. He signed. He didn't even fight it. Not when he realized I'd recorded every word of that conversation. Within a week, the house and car were in my name. The debt gone from my record. His mistress left him once her husband filed for divorce. His job terminated. The last I heard, he was living in a rented room above a bar. People ask if I felt bad. No. Guilt is for people who break hearts by accident. He knew what he was doing. What they don't ask is how I felt watching Emily pour herself a glass of orange juice the morning after it was all over. She didn't say anything, just gave me that same, small, deliberate smile. I realized then, she wasn't just my daughter, she was my partner in this, my legacy. And as far as I'm concerned, we handled it. Some debts, I thought, watching the sunlight catch her hair, can't be paid in money, only in ruin.